The graph of a quadratic function will tell us many important things because the details of the graph of quadratic functions has its important purposes, especially when we talk about real life problems which will involve quadratic functions. Those are the things that we need to consider first. I'm going to share to you a practice exercises containing three different graphs of quadratic function, and we are going to analyze the important items that may be discovered in each of the graph. But of course, we all know that the graph of quadratic function should be in the form of a parabola. A parabola, it is actually looking like this. Okay, it's a more like a cup. Okay, and we could also only show the correct parabola if we have the vertex. That's why in the previous videos we're able to determine the correct vertices of a quadratic function. Out from the vertex, you can come up with your correct tabular values, and then by choosing the correct points for tabular values, you can determine. By plotting it in a rectangular coordinate system is like this, you will come up with the exact form of the parabola. But our goal for this time is not to a graph, but the graph is already given. And with that, try to analyze the vertex, the opening of the concavity, the axis of the symmetry, and a domain and range. Let's call it A, B, C, D, and E so that we will not have any problem in representing them later on. Okay, the vertex is also known as a turning point. Right? Before that, let's try to consider, of course, this is the x-axis. Let's try this is x-axis. X. Let's try this is the f of x or the y-axis. Again, similar to this y and then y. Right? And let's try to, just for reference, let's just use that each of the slashes here or the marks here is actually per one unit. So -1, -2, I mean 1 and 2, -1, -2. And since the rectangular system should be since the rectangular system should be balanced, or I mean same with same scaling, so it should also be the value for y. So let's try to determine here for number one the vertex. So letter A. The vertex is actually the called as the turning point. When you say it's the turning point, it is where the graph seems to change direction. Here, from left to right, again, from left to right, the value for the graph here is decreasing. Again, do not worry about the increasing arrowhead here. It just means that it extends towards infinity. But the point here is from left to right, moving left to right, it goes down here. But at this point, it now changes its direction. And as you move further from left to right, it goes up. This point here is what we call as the turning point and the vertex. So the value for the vertex for this is actually for the x value. Let's use the vertex. We have 2 and then 0. This is the vertex of the given graph. Letter B, opening of concavity. When you say about opening of the concavity in your grade 7, you talk about concave forms of polygons. Concavity meaning where does it open? Okay, where is the graph opening towards? As you can see, the graph opening up. So you can still see here, it opens upward, opens upward. Okay, opens. That's for its opening of concavity. Letter C. This is also the purpose of the vertex and the what do you call it? The purpose of the vertex and um, yeah, the coordinates of the vertex is to determine the axis of symmetry. The axis of symmetry is a line. Okay, it should be a form of a line. It's a line where I'm going to place it here. Let's make it transparent. It's a line for a while. It should be a line where it's not transparent. Anyway, it's not transparent. It should be a form of a line. When placed in the parabola or the graph, it divides the parabola into two equivalent mirror images. Okay, it's called symmetry. Symmetric property tells us its balance. Okay, so that line should be placed passing through the vertex. That's the purpose of the vertex as well. If we're going to make a line here passing through the vertex, uh, it should be broken line, but in this case, I have made here a line. This line here, okay, is actually the axis or the line of symmetry because it divides the parabola into two equal mirror images. And that line is actually an equation. It should be an equation, and it should, since it's a vertical line in your grade 8, you were able to understand that if it's a vertical line, it's actually x equal to something. If it's a horizontal line, it's y equal to something. Why is x equals to something is your vertical line? Because it is where it meets the x-axis. What's the value of the what is the value of the x in the x-axis? So it's actually passing through 2. So the axis of symmetry here is x equals to 2. This is an equation of a line for a vertical line, and it passes to 2, x is equal to 2. As to why I have mentioned this is also um, concerned with the vertex, simply look at the x coordinate of the vertex. It's 2. And then make it a form of a line, x equal to 2. This is already your axis of symmetry. Okay. Letter D. Letter D talks about domain. Domain talks about all possible values of x. Okay? I mean, not all, the possible values of x. Look at the horizontal line. Looking at the graph and horizontally, if you're going to extend this graph, it will extend. Of course, it will not curve like that. It will just extend until extension. Looking at left to right, where does it go? Left to right, this is the positive infinity for the x-axis. This is the negative infinity for the x-axis. Where does it go? Looking at this from left to right, we have this, it will actually go towards whatever the value and go towards whatever the value here. So all possible values of x here are part of the domain. So the domain here are all values of x. All values of x. Okay, that's for the domain. For the range, it's for the value of y. So for if it's the domain, you look at left to right. For range, you look top to bottom. From top to bottom, where does the value of y go? So from top to bottom, here. But we don't have the graph here. The graph changes direction at this point. In short, it did not reach the value of y equal to -1, y equal to -2, y equal to -1,000,000. Even values of y equal to -1/2, -1/3, -1/4. It did not reach there because the graph from here changes direction. So what are the values of the y now? This is actually again concerned with your vertex. Look at your vertex. It's actually 0. This is the value of y. So the value of y is actually 0 towards up. So the value here is values, all values of y which is greater than or equal to 0. Because all values of y vertically 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1/2, 1/3, 1/4, these are all your values here. So letter E, range, can be determined by a vertex. Letter C can also be determined by the vertex. That is why we've been emphasizing that vertex is very important. Aside from that, it's not part here of the problem. But if I'm going to include letter F, I'm going to ask about minimum or maximum value for y. Minimum value for y, maximum value of y. The maximum value of y is infinity because it extends to y. But the minimum value of y is still the vertex here. The minimum value of y is 0. Why minimum? Because it opens upward. For number 2, it opens downward. Let's try to check the analysis later on. So let's proceed to number 2. So number 2, the vertex is the turning point. This point here, and again, assuming that all steps here are actually in terms of 1 unit. So the vertex is at -1 and then 2. That's your vertex. Letter B, I already answered this earlier when I said it opens downward. Opens downward. Letter C could again be shared by the x coordinate of the vertex because this is where, okay, the line should pass so that it will divide the parabola into two equal mirror images. And what value of x here? What is the value for, sorry, that's blue. What is the value for x here? X is negative 1. That's why x, let's use blue, x is equal to negative 1, as mentioned by the vertex. See, you will actually value the first two videos going for the vertex, transforming in a vertex form just to get the vertex, because vertex will somehow tell us all the values. For letter D, as you move from left to right, this extends forward. So your answer is still all values of x. However, for your letter E, again, as discussed by the range, by the y coordinate of the vertex range, we have here all values values of y. And you have here 2. But which notation? As you can see, y here, this is the value for y, which is 2, but the direction is going downward. All values there downward. Aside from earlier, it goes upward. Here it goes downward. In short, it did not reach 3, it did not reach 4, it did not reach 5 on the y-axis. So 2 here is the maximum. So it should actually be the other way around, less than or equal to negative 2. And again, if I'm going to use here add f, for max value for y and minimum value for y, the maximum value for y, maximum is now actually 2, and the minimum is actually infinity. Right? It now interchanged because the graph is now opening downward. Let us have number 3. Probably you could actually predict already what will happen here. So your vertex is at, this is x, vertex is negative 2, assuming again it's 1 unit, and you have here 1, 2, 3, negative 3. This opens upward, right? And then your line of symmetry is a line which will actually pass through the vertex on the x coordinate of the vertex, this one here, right? So it passes through x equals negative 2. Letter D, domain, looking from left to right, all values of x. And then E, uh, range, again will be declared by this supposedly, because this is now the values for y, but here it did not reach at the bottom, it just simply opens upward. So you have all values of y greater than or equal to the value of the y coordinate, which is negative 3. And if I have, again, it's not part of the problem, but just for additional analysis, the minimum and the maximum value for y. The maximum, since the graph goes upwards, it's infinity. The minimum is this value here, which is again declared by your y coordinate, negative 3. Okay? So these are some essential analyses for the graph. Why essential? Because if you will have a real life problem that involves quadratic functions, and then they will actually, interpretations will actually be discussed using this analysis: the vertex, turning point, the opening cavity, the line of symmetry, domain range, and if possible, maximum and minimum. We do also have one more. We call it intercepts. But since this graph here, um, I cannot really show you clearly the accurately the values for the items here. So I we're skipping with that, and let's have it on the graphing portion already. Okay. So now that we have learned all the essentials, let us start making graph. And if we are going to make graph, all of these essentials will come into place, and all of these essentials will still be identified. So please prepare, have your graphing sheets, graphing papers there. You may have your ball pen, pencil, and then let's try to graph for the next video. Please prepare. Bye bye.